We are back at Curborough for 2-day full weekend. Figure of 8 course today and the 2-lapper tomorrow. I have just bet my PB in practice, amazingly, so I don't know if that time's right or wrong, but we'll go with it being right. So I mean, conditions are 10 out of 10, or the were for practice. It's probably going to be too hot come the afternoon. We're at 27 degrees already. It's going to get to 28, 29 both today and tomorrow. Very humid, very muggy, but the plus side of that is the tyres and the track need no warming up whatsoever, so straight out of the box we can attack it. As I've said previously, the first run, this may be it. Now luckily I know my way around Curborough, he says, so we can attack it from the off, because I think, like I say, this afternoon the car will be too hot and I'm sweltering as it is, hence why I've not got my balaclava, gloves and helmet on as we speak. I'll put it on last minute. They've said, yeah, you can just put it on as long as you've got it on before the start line. We are fine. So let's see how this first run goes. We're going to give it everything and let's see if we can get another 64 and then take it from there. Understeered like mad. Bollocks. 65.06 though. We still bet last year's time, but Jesus, half a second slower than practice. Bloody hell. Right, we need to neaten it up this afternoon. Right, getting another one in before lunch. 29 degrees now. But we messed the first one up. Well, we didn't mess it up, but it understeered badly on the chicane, so I need to brake earlier. The ABS was kicking as well. I think excitement got the better of me with the practice time of a PB and thought, right, let's blitz everything out of the park. And it's never that straightforward, is it? So, yeah, we need to err on the side of caution on this one. And we need to be measured and calculated. Brake a little bit earlier, turn in earlier, get on the power earlier, and we should have a guaranteed 64. And then in the afternoon, we'll just try a few different things and see if we can get anything less. But we've got to beat the practice time of a 64.5. The target time for the 2 championships is a 64.4 and a 64.1, so should be within reach today. It's just, is it going to get too hot? 29 degrees is too hot really, but the car's fairly cool now. We'll attack this one, see what time we can get, but I think, yeah, neatness is the key. Grip's there, tyre temperatures are there, let's not just overdo it and overdrive it. 63.74, come on! There's still more time there. 63.74, new PB, blitzed it, annihilated it. And it's still not 100% by any stretch. It's still understeering on the two far chicanes, but interesting. Very interesting. Let's come up with a plan for after lunch, but happy with that one anyway as a banker. Right, we've had lunch. We are now on timed run 3. So a 63.7 on that last one. New PB, bet the target times, job accomplished. Can we go any quicker, as we always say? So I've now figured out why I'm not slowing down. So I thought these pads needed some heat. And maybe they do, but it's not. It's the ABS kicking in, and it was the same at Mallory, now I think about it. So I'm trying to slam on, thinking I've got lesser pads in, and the ABS is kicking in because it's locking up. And you cannot slow down as quick if the ABS is kicking in than you can with fresh or braking when you're right on the limit. So as daft as it sounds, I think I need to put less brake pressure on in order to slow down quicker. So I'm going to try that on this one and just caress the brake pedal, although your instinct is when you need to stop is to try and push the pedal through the floor, innit? Most people's is, but I think if I caress it more, be a bit more sensitive with it, I probably will slow down quicker. Then I just need to be neater in the two end chicanes and just not try and sling it in too fast. Again, slower is quicker, as daft as it sounds. And let's see if we can get any more time off. The temperature now is about 30 degrees. It is absolutely roasting. So yeah, let's see how we get on. That it felt good, but maybe it's too hot. Like I say, it gets to the point where everything's too hot. It's 32 degrees now, it says in the car, so we should get one more run and give it everything on that one again. Right, we are coming down for timed run 4, the last run. 31 degrees now. We are cooking, so quite possibly too hot, but it's not going to stop us. We will give it another 100% run and see if we can get another 63. Can't remember what the last was, 64.2, something like that, so let's see if we can get another 63. Finish on a high and come back tomorrow and see what we can do on the 2-lapper. a smidge slower. Give it everything though. Yeah, a couple of attempts here and there that I could have perfected, but I was right on the limit. Another 63, we'll settle with that for the end of the day. 2 63s. We'll come back tomorrow and attack the 2-lapper course. Right, we are back for day 2 at Curborough. So it's the 2-lap course today, which I had to remind myself in practice at the start line. There's already been 1 or 2 people still use yesterday's layout, but it's easily done because you've got it programmed into your body, and then you come back the next day after having a sleep and forget that it's a change of course. So that's first thing to remember. We've just done a 63.9 in practice, so from history this is about half a second quicker than the figure of 8. So my best from yesterday is a 63.7. So target 1 is a 63, which we've just done in practice. Target 2 is a 63.2, which is half a second quicker, which it should be, all things being equal. And then dare we dream of a 62. That's the ultimate target. Can we get into a 62 today, which will be close to the record? So yeah, let's see how we get on. We'll give it 9 temps on this first one. This could be the optimum condition. So we've not got the hotometer in play today as yet. It's forecast to get warmer and sunnier this afternoon, but quite overcast this morning, keeping the temperatures down to about 25. So it's just bearable. It is very muggy, but yeah, it's bearable. So I don't know how it's going to play out track conditions wise, when's going to be the best optimal run, but it could turn out to be this one. So let's see how the grip feels and see what time we come up with and see how the day pans out. On that last corner, 62.76. It's a good banker lap that. That was the aim for the day, so we're straight into a 62. Like I said yesterday, conditions could be optimal on that one. It may get worse, but there's certainly the lap wasn't the neatest, so yeah, 9 out of 10 overall. Still understeered a bit, still oversteered a bit, but we're right on the edge of grip. Yeah, see what we can do in the next run. Right, coming down for timed run 2. So we are a 10th off the record. It is now very, very muggy. We're at 28 degrees, so yeah, the sun is just starting to break through. It's gonna get sweaty. Well, it's already sweaty, but let's see if we can trim any off. See what the track conditions are like. Oh, 10th slower, 62.8. The record's there though, the record's there. Just a 10th slower. Balls, right. Let's see what it's like after lunch and give it another 110%. Right, coming down for timed run 3. This may be the last. They've not made a decision yet whether we'll get a 4th, so it's all on this. We have done a 62.7 and a 62.8. The records are 62.6. We lost 4 tenths on the second lap of that previous run, which I think was round Molehill when I lost it and couldn't take the optimal line. So the time is there. It's there for the taking if we can hook one up. Conditions identical to previous. Very hot and muggy, but not mega hot, just very muggy and close. So let's see if we can put it together and blitz one. Jesus Christ! Oh, 3 100ths off now, I think. 3 100ths off the record. Jesus! We might get another run, we might not. It's close. Oh. let's see what happens. Right, back from Curborough. What a great weekend all in all. Weather absolutely fantastic, 10 out of 10. If anything too hot, I put on the video, but yeah, I've said previous, we never moan when it's too hot because it could be a lot worse. So track conditions and tyre temps ideal all through the weekend, no warming up required. So we could go straight at it. So on the Saturday we did the figure of 8 course, and practice, yeah, it was a new PB, which I had myself questioning, is that the right time? But then when everybody else's times were coming through, it seemed right. So I'm like, right, yeah, we're on for a big score here, big new PB. So thought, let's attack it straight away, and then went over exuberant, I think, on the first run. Although in my head I wasn't, but understeered massively at one of the chicanes at the end. I mean, so much so that if I'd not give it a boot to right foot and actually turned the car back round, it'd have just understeered straight off into the grass. Yeah, horrendous understeer. And I suffered from understeer all through the weekend, but I just managed it better and better. So yeah, weird one that, because my car doesn't generally understeer. It's quite neutral now. And if anything, the back end goes, but for whatever reason at Curborough, the really tight stuff, I just can't turn it in. It's probably because I'm trying to brake, I'm trying to turn, the car's 1.5 tons, and the front wheels were probably, the front tyres were probably just giving up, but less is more, as I put on the video. So if I ease back a bit and was a bit more measured, managed to eradicate a lot of the understeer. So yeah, 65 to start with, which was similar to my PB from previous, but knew there were buckets and buckets of time there. Then on to T2, we did a 63.74, which bet all the targets, a new record, I think, for my class. And yeah, the only way was up from there. It's really pleased with that. And then tried pushing 11 temps after that. So I thought, right, nothing to lose. We've got the time in the bag. Let's just see if we can do any better. And then you start overdriving. This is the issue when you start giving it 110%, is you overdrive it, you start sliding and moving around and ultimately end up being slower, which is what happened on T3. So 64.2 for T3, and then at T4 tried to rein it back a bit and do a more measured lap, and we ended up with a 63.9, so only a couple of temps off. So you're really pleased with Saturday. There were probably a couple of attempts there on an ideal run, but let's say, you know, 9.5 out of 10 overall. And then we come back Sunday, slightly cooler, slightly overcast, which was very welcome because it was too hot, if anything, Saturday. So I thought T1 is probably the one. Again, really good time in practice to set us up, attack it 100% from the off. T1 was a 62.7 and just a 10th off the record. So from there, again, I said, right, nothing to lose now. Let's just 100% commitment on every run. Let's see if the car holds. It's hard with my car because it's very heavy and it moves about a lot, and people will commentate, you know, it's nose diving, it's veering off to the side. You can't get away from the weight, but it does handle really well. It's just when I'm flinging it into corners, in my head it's the exact same approach, but on one lap it'll stick and on the other the front will go or the back will go. I'm right on the limit, so it's a case of, yeah, 100% and just see if it hooks up or not. But we're right on the limit on every run on Sunday, which were good because T2 was 62.8, 6/100ths slower, and then T3 was 62.71, 5/100ths quicker. So all three runs within a 10th of a second. And then looking back on the sectors, again, a couple of attempts in it there on a perfect run, but another one 9.5 out of 10 overall. Felt like I'd give it everything. The car responded beautifully and we ended up with some really good times. Track conditions in the main were as good as they've ever been at Curborough. Everybody, or a lot of people, were getting PBs. And yeah, it just goes to show that nothing done to the car as such other than put the good tyres back on, but you can go another time. It could go at the end of the year and the track condition could be a bit drizzly, a bit cloudy, a bit cool, and just the ultimate time just isn't there. But this weekend, yeah, it was set up perfect, which resulted in blitzing all the PBs. So we are on to my local Harewood this weekend coming. It's a bit mixed bag weather forecast at the minute, which it always is at Harewood, so we'll see what welcomes us at the weekend, and let's see, we've got to get a 64 and then we'll see where the times take us on then. Thank you very much.